Archaeological discoveries never fail to deepen our understanding of ancient civilizations. In today's video, we delve into an extraordinary find, an inscription dating back nearly 500 years that proves Jesus is God. Let's begin. In the heart of Israel's Jezreel Valley lies an archaeological treasure trove, a region steeped in history and brimming with artifacts from civilizations long past. It was here, beneath layers of soil and centuries of forgotten history, that a team of archaeologists made a discovery that would captivate the world. The site itself was an ancient prison, a structure that had held countless stories of humanity over the ages, stories of struggle, resilience, and faith. The excavation began as part of a broader effort to uncover and preserve historical sites in the region. Archaeologists approached the project with a sense of curiosity and reverence, knowing that every layer of earth they removed could reveal new insights into the lives of those who came before us. The process was painstaking. Each stone, each shard of pottery, and each piece of rubble was meticulously catalogued and analyzed. As the team delved deeper, they uncovered evidence of structures and artifacts that hinted at the site's significance during the Byzantine era. Transcription, then came the moment of discovery. Among the ruins, etched onto a weathered stone, was an inscription that instantly drew the attention of the researchers. At first glance, it appeared to be a simple marking. But as the team worked to decipher its meaning, the true significance began to emerge. The inscription referenced both Jesus and God, a combination that scholars immediately recognized as a powerful declaration of faith from the Byzantine period, approximately 500 years ago. The location of the find added another layer of intrigue. The ancient prison where the inscription was discovered may have been a place of punishment, but it was also a site where faith endured and thrived. In the context of the Byzantine era, prisons were often more than just holding cells. They could serve as locations for spiritual reflection, conversion, or even martyrdom. The presence of this inscription suggests that the individuals connected to the site, whether prisoners, guards, or visitors, were profoundly influenced by the Christian faith. To uncover such a deeply personal and spiritual artifact in a prison setting speaks volumes about the resilience of early Christians. It raises questions about the lives of those who created, built, or commissioned the inscription. Was it etched by a prisoner seeking solace in their faith? Was it placed there by a visitor or a missionary spreading the Christian message? Or was it a more formal statement, perhaps commissioned by authorities to affirm the growing dominance of Christianity in the region? The team carefully extracted the artifact, ensuring that it would be preserved for further study. The inscription itself was subjected to detailed analysis, with experts in ancient languages and theology collaborating to understand its full significance. Early interpretations suggest that the inscription serves as a direct affirmation of the divinity of Jesus Christ, a belief that was central to the Christian faith during this period. The discovery of this inscription has sparked widespread interest, not only among historians and archaeologists, but also among theologians and the broader public. It represents a tangible link to a time when Christianity was still solidifying its place in the world, transitioning from a persecuted faith to a dominant religion. For the team of archaeologists, this find is a career-defining moment, a reminder of the power of faith and the enduring legacy of those who lived and believed centuries ago. This moment in Jezreel Valley is a testament to the value of archaeology in uncovering the truths of our past. It reminds us that even in places of suffering, they're like ancient prisons. There are stories of hope, resilience, and belief waiting to be told. The stone inscription is more than just an artifact. It is a voice from the past whispering to us across the ages and inviting us to explore the profound connection between history and faith. The discovery of the inscription in the Jezreel Valley prison has captivated not only archaeologists but also historians and theologians, as it provides a unique and rare glimpse into the beliefs of early Christians. The stone, weathered by centuries, bore a simple yet profound message. The inscription itself, carved in Greek, referenced both Jesus and God, forming a direct and unambiguous statement of faith. For scholars, this was no ordinary find. It was a message etched in stone that affirmed a central tenet of Christianity, the divinity of Jesus Christ. Deciphering the inscription required a multidisciplinary effort. Experts in ancient languages meticulously studied the script to ensure accurate translation. The Greek lettering, while clear, showed signs of wear and erosion, indicative of the passage of time and the harsh conditions under which it had survived. The process of interpretation was slow and deliberate, as scholars cross-reference the phrasing with other known texts from the Byzantine period to confirm its authenticity and contextual meaning. The specific wording of the inscription is what makes it so significant, that phrases that explicitly link Jesus to God were not commonplace in the early centuries of Christianity, particularly in public or semi-public spaces like a prison. Such inscriptions served as bold declarations of faith during a time when Christianity was becoming a dominant force, but still faced challenges in solidifying its theological doctrines. The inclusion of both Jesus and God in the same context underscores the growing acceptance of the doctrine of the Trinity, a cornerstone of Christian belief that was officially established during early church councils. The inscription's theological implications are profound. By affirming Jesus as God, it reflects the teachings that were spreading during the Byzantine era, when Christianity had become the official religion of the Roman Empire. This was a time when debates over Christ's divinity and the nature of the Trinity were still fresh in the collective memory of the Church. Such inscriptions were not merely declarations of faith. They were also statements of theological alignment, reflecting the Church's efforts to unify Christian belief under orthodox doctrines. But who carved this inscription and why? This question has fueled intense speculation among researchers. Some believe it may have been created by prisoners, individuals who found solace and strength in their faith during their incarceration. The prison environment, harsh and isolating, would have been a place where faith offered hope and resilience. For a prisoner to carve such a message would have been an act of defiance and devotion, asserting the primacy of their spiritual beliefs over their physical circumstances. Others suggest that the inscription might have been created or commissioned by prison officials or religious authorities. During the Byzantine period, Christianity had become deeply intertwined with state power, and religious expressions were often used to assert dominance and influence. If the inscription was placed intentionally by those in authority, it could have served as a reminder to all who entered the prison, prisoners, guards, and visitors alike, that the Christian God reigned supreme even in a place of punishment. The location of the inscription adds further layers of meaning. A prison, often associated with suffering and despair, might seem an unlikely place for such a profound statement of faith. Yet, throughout history, prisons have often been sites of spiritual awakening and transformation. For early Christians, faith was not confined to churches or sanctuaries. It was a lived experience that permeated all aspects of life, even in the most challenging circumstances. This inscription could represent an act of hope, a declaration that even within the confines of a prison, God's presence was undeniable. The craftsmanship of the inscription also offers clues about its origin. The carving is simple, suggesting it was created by someone with limited tools and perhaps limited time. This simplicity, however, does not diminish its impact. In fact, it enhances the emotional resonance of the artifact as it speaks to the raw and unfiltered faith of its creator. The act of carving such an inscription, particularly in a challenging environment like a prison, required both conviction and courage. As researchers continue to study the inscription, its significance only grows. It is more than just a historical artifact. It is a testament to the enduring power of faith and the lengths to which people will go to express their beliefs. Whether created by a prisoner in solitude or by an official as a public declaration, the inscription carries with it a sense of timelessness, bridging the gap between the ancient and modern worlds. It serves as a reminder that faith, no matter where it is found, has the power to inspire, sustain, and transform. The discovery of the inscription in Jezreel Valley cannot be fully appreciated without understanding the historical and cultural context of the Byzantine period. Spanning from the 4th to the 15th century, the Byzantine Empire was a continuation of the Roman Empire in its eastern territories, marked by the rise of Christianity as the state religion. This era saw profound changes in the social, political, and religious fabric of the empire, changes that are reflected in artifacts like the inscription. By the time the inscription was carved, Christianity had evolved from a persecuted sect to the dominant religious force within the empire. The conversion of Emperor Constantine in the early 4th century marked a turning point as he not only legalized Christianity, but also began to actively promote it. Subsequent emperors, particularly Theodosius I, took this even further, declaring Christianity the official religion of the empire. This shift had sweeping effects on every aspect of Byzantine society, influencing law, art, architecture, and daily life. During this period, the theological debates that had once divided Christians were being resolved through the establishment of orthodoxy. The councils of Nicaea, 325 AD, and Chalcedon, 451 AD, were pivotal in defining key doctrines, including the belief in the divinity of Jesus and the concept of the Trinity. These councils sought to unify the Christian faith, addressing heresies that questioned Christ's divine and human natures. The inscription discovered in the Jezreel Valley reflects this theological clarity, as its explicit mention of Jesus and God aligns with the orthodoxy established by the early church. The Byzantine Empire was deeply religious, and this religiosity was evident in all facets of life. Churches were not only places of worship, but also centers of community life and education. Religious iconography adorned everything from grand cathedrals to humble homes. And inscriptions bearing Christian messages were common in both public and private spaces. These inscriptions served multiple purposes. They were declarations of faith, educational tools, and sometimes even protective symbols believed to ward off evil. The setting of the inscription, an ancient prison, adds an intriguing layer to its historical context. Prisons during the Byzantine era were often harsh and unforgiving, places where individuals were sent not only for punishment, but also for rehabilitation or reformation. The presence of a Christian inscription in such a setting suggests the pervasive influence of the faith, even in places associated with suffering and marginalization. It also raises questions about the role of Christianity in these spaces. Was the inscription meant to offer hope and comfort to prisoners? Or was it a tool of evangelization, aimed at converting those who entered the prison's walls? The prison itself would have been part of a larger Byzantine administrative and judicial system that was increasingly shaped by Christian ethics. The influence of Christianity on Byzantine law is well documented, with many legal reforms reflecting the moral teachings of the Church. Punishments were often tempered by notions of mercy and repentance. And religious practices, such as prayer and fasting, were sometimes incorporated into the penal system. It is possible that the inscription was part of this broader integration of faith into the functioning of the state, serving as a reminder of divine justice and redemption. Jezreel Valley, the site of the inscription, was a region of significant historical and religious importance. Located in northern Israel, it was a crossroads of ancient trade routes and a place where various cultures and religions intersected. By the Byzantine period, the region had become an important center of Christian activity, dotted with churches, monasteries, and other religious institutions. The discovery of the inscription in this area underscores the depth of Christian influence and suggests that the faith was deeply rooted in the local population. The inscription also speaks to the broader cultural exchanges that characterized the Byzantine Empire. Greek. The language of the inscription was the lingua franca of the Eastern Mediterranean and the primary language of the Byzantine Church. Its use in the inscription highlights the interconnectedness of the empire, as Greek was not only a medium of communication, but also a carrier of religious and cultural values. This linguistic choice reflects the empire's efforts to create a unified Christian identity across its diverse territories. Another critical aspect of the Byzantine context is the role of faith in shaping personal and communal identities. Christianity was not merely a set of beliefs. It was a way of life that influenced everything from daily routines to life's milestones. The inscription in the Jezreel Valley prison can be seen as a reflection of this deeply integrated faith. Whether carved by an individual or commissioned by an authority, it represents a moment in which religious belief intersected with the realities of life, creating a lasting testament to the spiritual convictions of its time. The Byzantine era was also a time of pilgrimage and relic veneration, activities that brought people into contact with sacred spaces and artifacts, while the prison where the inscription was found may not have been a traditional pilgrimage site. Its Christian connection might have imbued it with a sense of spiritual significance. Inscriptions like this one could have served as focal points for prayer or reflection, offering a tangible link to the divine in an otherwise grim environment. In sum, the Byzantine period provides a rich and powerful and complex backdrop for understanding the inscription. It was an era defined by the interplay of faith, politics, and culture. A time when Christianity was reshaping the world. The inscription from the Jezreel Valley prison is not just a relic of this transformative age, it is a window into the future, into the lives, beliefs, and aspirations of the people who lived through it. Through this small piece of carved stone, we gain insight into a civilization that sought to harmonize the temporal and the spiritual, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and intrigue. The significance of the inscription unearthed in the Jezreel Valley prison goes far beyond its historical context. It is a powerful piece of evidence that sheds light on the spiritual convictions and theological affirmations of early Christians. For historians and theologians alike, this discovery is a rare and invaluable artifact, offering a tangible link to a time when Christianity was solidifying its place in the world. It is a testament to how deeply faith permeated society, reaching even the harshest environments like prisons. But what makes this inscription truly extraordinary is its explicit affirmation of Jesus as God, a theological statement with profound implications. First and foremost, the inscription provides a glimpse into the lived experience of faith during the Byzantine period. Inscriptions of this nature were not merely decorative or ceremonial, they were intentional declarations of belief. The explicit mention of both Jesus and God is a strong affirmation of the divinity of Christ, reflecting the theological clarity achieved during the Byzantine era. This is significant because it aligns with the doctrinal positions established by the early ecumenical councils, particularly the Council of Nicaea, 325 AD, and the Council of Chalcedon, 451 AD. These councils addressed critical questions about the nature of Jesus Christ, affirming that he was both fully divine and fully human, and that he was of the same substance as God the Father. The inscription serves as a tangible representation of these theological advancements, showing how they were not confined to the intellectual debates of theologians and bishops, but were embraced by ordinary people. It is a testament to the widespread dissemination of Christian doctrine, demonstrating how deeply these beliefs had taken root in society. The presence of such an inscription in a prison, a place often associated with suffering and marginalization, suggests that these beliefs were a source of comfort and hope, even in the most challenging circumstances. Another key aspect of the inscription's significance lies in its role as a tool of evangelization. The Byzantine period was marked by a concerted effort to spread Christianity throughout the empire and beyond. Inscriptions like this one were part of a broader strategy to integrate Christian messages into public and private spaces, making them an inescapable part of daily life. By carving these declarations into stone, the creators ensured that the message would endure, reaching not only their contemporaries but also future generations. In this sense, the inscription is not just a relic of the past. It is a bridge connecting us to the spiritual aspirations and convictions of those who lived 500 years ago. The location of the inscription in a prison adds another layer of meaning to its significance. Prisons in the Byzantine period were harsh environments, places where individuals faced physical and emotional suffering. The presence of a Christian inscription in such a setting suggests that faith played a vital role in providing solace and resilience. For prisoners, the message carved into the stone could have been a source of hope, a reminder that divine justice and mercy transcended the earthly punishments they endured. For guards and visitors, it could have served as a moral and spiritual guide, reinforcing the idea that even in a place of punishment, the presence of God was palpable. The inscription also invites reflection on the resilience of early Christians and their commitment to expressing their faith. To carve such a statement into stone, particularly in a challenging environment like a prison, required both skill and courage. The act itself was an expression of devotion, a way of proclaiming belief in the face of adversity. This resilience is a recurring theme in the history of Christianity, where faith has often thrived in the most unlikely places. The inscription from the Jezreel Valley prison is a powerful reminder of this enduring spirit, showing how faith can flourish even in the midst of hardship. In addition to its spiritual and theological significance, the inscription has important implications for the study of early Christian art and epigraphy. Inscriptions like this one are valuable sources of information about the language, symbols, and practices of early Christians. The choice of Greek as the language of the inscription reflects its status as the lingua franca of the Byzantine Empire, emphasizing the interconnectedness of the empire's diverse regions. The simplicity of the carving, combined with its profound message, highlights the accessibility of Christian teachings, showing how they were communicated in ways that could be understood and embraced by a wide audience. The discovery also has broader implications for our understanding of the spread of Christianity in the Holy Land. While much of the focus on early Christianity in this region centers on sites associated with the life of Jesus and the apostles, the inscription reminds us that the faith continued to evolve and thrive long after these foundational events. It provides evidence of a vibrant Christian presence in the Jezreel Valley during the Byzantine period, contributing to our knowledge of how the faith was practiced and expressed in this historically significant region. Furthermore, the inscription challenges us to think about the ways in which faith interacts with power and authority. By the Byzantine period, Christianity had become deeply intertwined with the structures of the state, influencing laws, governance, and social norms. The presence of a Christian inscription in a prison, a place of state control and authority, raises questions about how faith was used to legitimize and humanize these institutions. Was the inscription placed there to comfort and inspire prisoners, or was it part of a broader effort to assert the moral and spiritual authority of the state? These questions highlight the complex relationship between religion and power, a theme that continues to resonate in contemporary discussions about the role of faith in public life. Ultimately, the inscription from the Jezreel Valley prison is a multifaceted artifact rich with historical, theological, and cultural significance. It is a window into a world where faith was not confined to places of worship, but permeated every aspect of life. It is a reminder of the enduring power of belief, showing how it can provide hope, inspire resilience, and leave a lasting legacy. For scholars, believers, and curious minds alike, this discovery is a profound testament to the ways in which faith has shaped and continues to shape the human experience. The discovery of the 500-year-old inscription in the Jezreel Valley prison offers more than a glimpse into the past. It provides a profound opportunity to reflect on how the beliefs and practices of ancient Christians resonate with the present day. In many ways, the message carved into the stone transcends its historical context, carrying timeless themes of faith, resilience, and the human connection to the divine. This chapter explores why this discovery matters today, delving into its implications for modern faith and religion, archaeology, and our understanding of shared human experiences across centuries.